How's everybody doing? It's TwoTuned, and we're continuing our adventure on reacting to every single 21 Pilots album before Clancy comes out. Hopefully I can get all the videos out before Clancy actually comes out. Well, it actually comes out tomorrow, so I doubt that, but I'm trying my hardest to get them done as soon as possible. Today we're gonna be reacting to Blurryface, the 21 Pilots album everyone knows, and apparently everyone loves. Everyone loves this album. Definitely is their most popular. It's what got me into the band. It's got their two most streamed songs, Stressed Out and Ride, on it. I remember when I was in middle school, I absolutely loved this album. Nowadays, it's kind of an album I never really come back to. I mean, I've heard every single song many, many times, probably at least 100 for each song. And the more and more I listen to this album, the more and more I find that I don't like about it, especially as my music tastes have changed. But who knows? It's been a while since I've actually went and listened to this entire album in its entirety, just going all the way through. Maybe I'll remember stuff that I haven't remembered in a long time. Maybe there'll be stuff that I actually find that I do like that I never liked when I was a kid. But, you know, we'll see. But without further ado, let's get into the first track, Heavydirtysoul. Oh man, weird synth in the background though is pretty sick. Especially for an album opener, it's pretty great. This in my mind's imagination, this is not rap, this is not hip hop. I don't know, when I was a kid I used to think this intro rap verse was really cool, but now the more I go back and listen to it, it is pretty cringe and on the nose. You gotta admit though, I've always liked that little part. Never understood why Heavy Dirty Soul has to be one word. It could have been Heavy Dirty Soul, like 3 separate words, but I don't know if there's a meaning to it actually being one word. I didn't understand the thing you said. If I didn't know better, I guess you're already dead. Mine is zombies walking around with it been a hunch, saying stuff like you only live once. I had this problem with some of the rap parts on Vessel where these rap verses don't really feel like they have any substance. They're just saying things to say things and being fast for the sake of being fast. Man, I do really like this part where it kind of breaks down and slows down. Death inspires me like a dog inspires a rabbit. Death inspires me like a dog inspires a rabbit. I never understood the point of this line. Like, it breaks down just to say death inspires me like a dog inspires a rabbit twice and then goes immediately back to how it already was. Can you save my heavy-dirty soul? I can't say I do really like the drumming on this song. Can you save my heavy-dirty soul? Again, breaking down. They do the breakdown so well, or whatever they're called. Can you save I don't know, I kind of expected him to scream at the end, and then he didn't. I think I like the sound of this song more than the actual content of the lyrics. Like, this song isn't saying anything that Tyler Joseph hasn't said before. It's just saying it with a different attitude than he usually does, than like on his previous album. Like, I understand 21 Pilots is a pop band, but it really did feel like their earlier albums were a lot more personal until they got to this point where they blew up. They made an album that could appeal to the most general of audiences. I can respect what they were doing with this album. I like the sound of this song, but the contents there's a little to be desired. But with that being said, I am going to give this a very, very low sunglasses because I still do like this song. It's like the words are just used to move the song instead of actually adding anything to it. And of course, next we have Stressed Out, which, you know, everyone knows this song. It's got almost 2.5 billion streams. Always did love the intro. I wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice that sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. He doesn't rhyme when he sang that part. I completely understand how this became their most popular song. My name's Blurryface and I care what you think. Who would have known that there was going to be so much lore involved between this and the latter albums after this, which, as a 21 Pilots fan, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not like the biggest person with the lore and stuff because I'm just listening to the music because it sounds good. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days. Pretty funny because my mom used to not really like us listening to this song because she thought it said to the good dope days and she thought this song was about doing the weed. When the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. We're stressed out. I do like that little ooh in the background. It sounds so weird.
Sometimes a certain smell will take me back to when I was young. How come I'm never able to identify where it's coming from? I'd make a candle out of it if I ever found it. Try to sell it, never sell out of it. I probably only sell one.
Always thought this rap part was kind of awkward, but now I'm actually reading the lyrics and it makes a lot more sense than I thought it did, you know, just hearing it.
Out of student loans and treehouse homes, we all would take the ladder.
I also really like that line. Out of student loans and treehouse homes, we all would take the ladder. Ladder as in the treehouse and the ladder as in the second option.
Used to dream of outer space, but now they're laughing at the face saying,
wake up, we need to make money. Yeah.
Used to play pretend,
Oh no, it's Blurryface! To be honest, I'm not really the biggest fan whenever Tyler does that deep voice and effect on his voice. I mean, I can't deny it. It's a good song. There's a reason why it's their most popular song. Nowadays, you know, when I hear this come on, it's like a nostalgia trip almost. It's like I don't ever seek out to listen to this song or pretty much any song on this album, but when some of them come on, I just kind of have to sit back and just enjoy the song. And this is definitely one of them. Definitely not my favorite on this album. We're fixing to get to that one. Yeah, I mean it's a good song. It's a decent song. I mean, I see why it was so popular. All right, on to the next track, the next big hit, Ride.
I just wanna stay in the sun where I find. I know it's hard sometimes. Pieces of peace in the sun's peace of mind. I know it's hard sometimes.
I've seen some people say that they don't really like the effects on Tyler's voice, and I'll be honest, I think it really suits this song. And I've also heard other people not really liking the whole reggae vibe to this song, and I don't know, I've always enjoyed it. I think it sounds nice. I don't think it's trying to be reggae. I think it's just trying to invoke a feeling.
On my enemies who wouldn't wish who I was.
On my enemies who wouldn't wish who I was. Man, that line reads so weird when you just kind of read it out loud.
Metaphorically, I'm the man, but literally, I don't know what I do.
I've always liked that line.
I've been thinking too much.
Oh man, I love Tyler's vocals on this part.
Taking my time.
Oh yeah, classic Tyler scream at the end. Gotta love it.
I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me.
Again, I mean, I kind of feel the exact same way about this song as I do Stressed Out. I see why it's popular. I see why a lot of people like it, and I like it too. It's a nice song. A lot of these songs kind of just, at least for me, they kind of just invoke feelings instead of trying to send a message, like some other 21 Pilot songs try to do. Like, these ones just kind of evoke feelings that apparently was pretty relatable to a lot of people back in 2015. All right, on to the next track, Fairly Local. I don't know if I'm the only one who feels this, but like the really weird, like slowed down, lengthened snare really is like, I feel like it just kind of gets in the way of the song because it sounds so weird.
I'm fairly local. I've been around. I've seen the streets. You're walking down.
I don't know if anyone else feels this either, but I feel like this song is bombastic just for the sake of being bombastic. Like, it sounds like it's blown out of proportions for no apparent reason.
Good people now. I'm evil to the core. What I shouldn't do, I will. They say I'm emotional. What I wanna say, I'll kill.
He's evil to the core. What he shouldn't do, he will. They say he's emotional. What he wants to say, they'll kill. Man, I cannot believe I actually like this song back in like 2016. The way he sings this song, it comes off as pretty cringy now.
Yo, this song will never be on the radio. Even if my clip would have picked and the people would have vote. It's a few, the proud and the emotional. Yo, you, bulletproof and black like a funeral. The wood around us is burning, but we're so cold. It's the few, the proud, and the emotional.
Only a few can understand the in-depthness of this rap part. Oh no! This whole rap part just feels like he's just trying to put on this fake tough persona. Like it sounds so fake and so corny.
I'm not evil to the core.
Oh no, he's not evil.
You, I will fight.
He'll fight.
I know I'm emotional.
He knows he's emotional.
Wanna save, I will try.
He said the exact opposite thing earlier. I can't believe he changed his mind. It's Dark Tyler. It's Dark Tyler. It's his evil counterpart. It's Blurryface, guys. It's Blurryface.
Good people now.
I do like this part, I got to admit. At least the yeah part's pretty good too. I did like the couple little words that he screamed at the end. That's always nice to hear Tyler scream. I don't know, man. I don't hate this song, but I don't really like it either. I mean, when I was in middle school, I loved this song because I thought it sounded cool, but looking back, it just sounds corny. Like he's trying to be dark for the sake of being dark without having any actual like emotion behind it. Sounds fake and corny. I believe this was the first single they released for this album too, if I'm correct on that. I don't know why this would have been the first look into Blurryface. If I was this old now when this album came out, I would have absolutely hated it if Fairly Local was the first thing I heard for it. All right, moving on to the next song. This one's not as popular as Stressed Out or Ride, but I think it's the third highest streamed song on this album.
Sometimes you gotta bleed to know that you're alive and have a soul.
I do like how that line sounds. Sometimes you gotta bleed to know that you're alive and have a soul. You know, sometimes you gotta get hurt to know you're alive.
The songs on the radio are okay.
Pretty fun and coming from the album where most if not all the songs sound like they were made purely to be on the radio. That kind of sounded like older 21 Pilots with like the synth build up, you know?
I'm driving here, I sit, cursing my government for not using my taxes to fill holes with more cement.
I don't know, I always thought this little part was just kind of really sweet and kind of goofy, because like, I'm driving here, I sit cursing my government for not using my taxes to fill holes with more cement. Like, that's just kind of funny.
My heart is my armor, she's a tear in my heart. She's a carver, she's a butcher with a smile. Cut me farther than I've ever been.
I do like how this kind of switches up from him saying, she's a tear in my heart, take me higher, she's a tear in my heart, I'm on fire, to she's a tear in my heart, she's a carver, she's a butcher with a smile, cut me farther. Like, I do kind of like how that changes up.
She's the tear in my heart, she's a carver, she's a butcher with a smile. Cut me farther than I've ever been.
I mean, sweet song. It does kind of just come off as a radio-friendly love song with some weird 21 Pilotisms. I do like that Tyler tries to go around just saying how he loves his wife or whoever he's talking about in this song, and he has to go through saying that she's the tear in my heart, and then like saying that she's a butcher. So I think I can give this the Sunglasses, but it's like half a Sunglasses, because I don't think I'm doing this song justice if I gave it the Mambo sauce, because I don't think it's that mid, but this is like a really low Glasses for me. Like, I usually skip this song when it comes on. Alright, next song, Lane Boy. I mean, again, have I ever talked about how much I love the drumming in 21 Pilots? Honestly, if I had to pick my favorite member out of the band, I'd have to pick Josh Dunn, just because, one, his name's Josh, and, you know, my name's Josh, because, you know, Josh has got to stick together. But also, I feel like Josh Dunn is consistently better at drumming than Tyler is coming up with songs.
They say you're lane boy, and we go where we want to.
Again, this song also has that weird, like, bit crushy effects on Tyler's voice, which I feel like it doesn't work as well as it did on Ride.
All these songs I'm hearing are so heartless. Don't trust a perfect person and don't trust a song that's flawless.
Again, it just feels so weird how he's talking about how all these songs feel so heartless. Don't trust a perfect person and don't trust a song that's flawless. Coming from the album where almost all of the songs sound like radio-friendly hits to be played on the radio. And sure, this was probably a lot more experimental at the time, but I guess retrospectively looking back, this kind of does just kind of blend in with a lot of the 2015 sound.
There's a few songs on this record that feel common. I'm in constant confrontation with what I want and what is popping in the industry. It seems to me that singles on the radio are currency. My creativity's on the free when I'm playing shows.
I do like this whole line where he's talking about how he's in constant confrontation with what he wants and what he's popping, like he's having creative differences between what he wants to make and what, you know, is actually profitable. It is pretty true that nowadays a lot of people or a lot of artists tend to just put a lot of their soul into the singles to sell the album instead of making a whole album that's worthwhile listening to. But again, it also feels weird coming from the album that they made that sounds like a bunch of radio hits to be played on the radio. Like, it's a cool point he's making, but it almost feels hypocritical.
I'm sorry if that question I asked last scared you a bit like a hazmat in a gas mask. If you ask Zach, my brother, he likes when I rap fast. But let's backtrack, back to this. Who would you live in that for on that list? But the problem is, there's another list that exists and no one really wants to think about this. Forget sanity, forget salary, forget vanity, my morality. If you get in between someone I live with me, you're gonna feel the heat of my cavalry.
While I do like this rap verse, it does sound a little bit like he is just trying to sing fast to be fast, because I mean, he even says, scared you a bit like a hazmat in a gas mask. If you ask that, he's my brother, he likes when I rap fast. Honestly, this is the best part of the song. Oh yeah. Oh man, I love how they just bring all the other synths in together and just kind of like have this big explosion of sounds. It's pretty amazing. Honestly, this song would be mid if it wasn't for the second part, but it is like a really low Sunglasses. Not low enough to be half a Sunglasses, but it is, you know, well into the Sunglasses tier. We're starting to get to the part of the album where I usually stop listening to, so let's see how I feel about it. Next we got is The Judge. Ooh, I like how it goes, like, it pans between the ears. That sounds really nice.
You're the judge, oh no, set me free.
I always like it when Tyler goes up into that higher registry in his voice. It always sounds, like I said, it always sounds beautiful, even if it does sound a little bit overproduced on this album.
Judge, oh no, set me free.
I know my soul's freezing, hell's hot for good reason, so please take me. I always love that part.
3 lights are lit, but the 4th one's out. I can tell cause it's a bit darker than the last night's bout. I forgot about the drought of light bulbs in this house, so I head out. Down the route I think is heading south.
I'm not a big fan of this rap part.
I don't know if this song is a surrender or a rebel. I don't know if this one is about me or the devil.
I think this part's pretty okay. I mean, it's just pleasantly nice. Oh man, I do really like how it is just going on in the background, how it's changing up and stuff. It sounds really nice.
You're the judge, oh no, set me free, oh no.
Oh man, I love his voice on this part.
You're the judge.
I like how I like the piano in the background. That's weird. Why would they add this little like in the background piano part to the end of the song. While there were a lot of parts on The Judge that I like, I'm starting to get to the point of the album where just saying like, oh yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty nice, but like it just, like all these songs feel really nice, but like the substance doesn't feel like it's there at all. And like I am starting to just feel like I want to just turn this album off, because there's nothing on this album feels personal at all, even though like The Judge kind of is like a personal song. He's saying things without really saying anything. And I think I'm getting to the point where I don't care, you know? So I feel like that song is like a really, really high mambo. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really want to give that song the sunglasses, especially for that rap part. That rap part is pretty bad. Next song we're getting into is Doubt. And I remember absolutely fucking hating this song. This intro part's pretty sick though.
Fear might be the death of me. Fear leads to anxiety. Don't know what's inside of me. Don't forget about me.
Oh my god, it's this fucking song. Remember all of those songs on the previous albums where I complained where he used like that super edited like auto-tune stuff? That's just this, but this is way more mature than it was on those previous albums, and it still doesn't sound good at all.
Shaking hands with the dark parts of my thoughts. No, you are all that I've got. No, don't forget.
This song is just fucking corny.
Gnawing on the bishops, claw away up their system, repeating simple phrases. Someone wholly insisted, want the markings made on my skin to mean something to me again. Hope you haven't left without me. Hope you haven't left without me, please.
He said, gnawing on the bishops, claw our way up their system, repeating simple phrases. It's related to the lore. Sucks that it's on like one of the worst songs on the album. Is this the only song that's like even related to the lore of Trench and all that? Because I know nobody knew what these lines meant back then. I mean, I bet there was barely any. I wasn't in with all the lore and stuff, so maybe I don't know, but retrospectively, this makes a lot more sense. I have never made that connection to this song until right now, which doesn't change how I feel about this song. Even the high notes don't really sound that great on this song. All I want to do is forget this song. Man, even when I was younger, I always skipped this song. I fucking hate the "Don't forget all about me." I've always hated that part. Next we got Polarize, which is, I don't really remember this one either.
Help me polarize, help me polarize, help me down. Those stairs is where I'll be, I know my problems.
I kind of feel the exact same way about this song as I do Doubt, just to a slightly lesser extent.
You know where I'm coming from, though I am running to you. All I feel is tonight, tonight, tonight. You.
I always thought he was saying tonight, 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 but he's saying deny, deny, denial. The effects on his voice are starting to just get annoying, I guess. Like, I'm getting sick and tired of hearing the same effects on all of these songs. It was cool for, like, the first couple of songs, but, like, after a while, it just, I don't know.
My friends and I, we got a lot of problems.
You know, we gotta have the da-da-das, you know. Love the da-da-das. Ooh. I like this little change-up. Ooh.
I think I lost my halo. I don't know where you are. You'll have to come and find me.
Oh man, I really like this part.
Fuego. I think I lost my halo. I don't know where you are.
Oh man.
You'll have to come and find me. Find me. Wanted to be a better brother, better son.
Well, that was Polarize, and there were some parts that genuinely sounded really good, but most of it sounded god-awful. I think if I give it the mambo, it's the lowest a mambo could be. Like, it has a couple parts that are redeemable, and it's slightly less offensive than Doubt was. Next we got We Don't Believe What's on TV.
Yeah.
a nice change of pace.
We don't believe what's on TV because it's what we want to see. And what we want, we know we can't believe. We have all learned to kill our dreams.
I mean, this part just sounds really sweet.
If you stick around, I'll sing you pretty sounds and we'll make money selling your hair. I don't care what's in your hair.
What a weird line, talking about selling your hair and then immediately saying, I don't care what's in your hair. That line has always sounded weird to me.
Alright,
we're gonna do the second verse, guys.
My dream does not happen. Would I just change what I've told my friends?
You know, I do kind of like that. You know, like what if I don't achieve my goal? Am I just gonna change what I've told all my friends?
I used to say I wanna die before I'm old, but because of you I might think twice.
I do like that there's multiple vocals. I don't know if that's just Tyler layered upon himself or if that's actually different people, but it does sound really nice. Feels like they had nothing else to say in that song, so they just had to fill out the second little bit with the yeahs and the ohs. I mean, I think in the end I didn't end up liking the song, so it's, you know, a pretty low Sunglasses. It's just like a little cutesy song. Next song we got Message Man. I'm starting to get really tired of these ehs and ohs and yeahs and no-no-nos.
The loser hides behind a mask of my disguise, and who I am today is worse than other times. You don't know what I've done.
Oh wow, I've never heard, like, I could hear like a high-pitched Tyler behind the rest of the vocals. It sounded really weird. But I do kind of like how he's saying, like, a loser hides behind a mask of his disguise. Like, you don't know the true him.
These lyrics aren't for everyone, no leaf, you understand.
I get that he's trying to, you know, relay the message that, you know, only the few would know what this actually means, but I don't know, retrospectively, that just sounds like the corniest shit ever. Again with the AAAAs. I mean, the background beat sounds cool, but it doesn't change the fact that it's still kind of cringe.
Hope you're dead, cause how could you sleep at a time like this? People, they rhyme like this, we're all impressed by this. They rip it, flip it, but these are just triplets. Wrote this in 3 minutes, 3 words to a line, it's just code.
Now it's like he's ran out of things to rap about, so he's just starting to rap about his process of making a rap, and then he's, you know, making it into triplets. So he's writing about how he wrote the triplets in 3 minutes, and it's so easy to... none of these raps on this album have really been that good. Not like the usual 21 Pilots charm.
These lyrics aren't for everyone, no leaf, you understand.
I do like the little synth in the background. It sounds pretty nice. I mean, that was Message Man. I do have a little nostalgia for this song. I do, you know, like it still, but it's still just, I guess it's just, I'm gonna call it the Blurryface syndrome, where it takes all of these cool concepts and just bleeds them down to the most basic concepts. It's just boring and corny. Like, at this point, all of these songs, outside of most of these songs just kind of sound the exact same. All right, next song is Hometown. Oh my god. Fucking hate this song.
Where we're from, there's no sun. Our hometown's in the dark. Where we're from, we're no one. Our hometown's in the dark.
Where we're from, we're no one. The hometown's in the dark. It just doesn't even sound like he's trying at this point to make a song sound good. Hearing the saying where we're from, there's no sun, our hometown's in the dark. I mean, that could be Laura related, retrospectively, I guess, but it doesn't change anything or any of my feelings toward this song. Even when I was in middle school, I always skipped this song because I thought it sounded so bland and boring, and that still holds true today. My opinions of the song haven't changed. If anything, they've gotten worse.
Put away all the gods your father served today.
I mean, lyrically, this song is very interesting, but just sonically, it sounds like ass. I don't know. I gleaned absolutely nothing from that song. I don't like it. Alright, second to last track, Not Today. I don't remember absolutely hating this song, and I do remember really liking Goner, which is the one after, so hopefully we can have some highlights here at the end.
I don't know why, I just feel I'm better off staying in the same room I was born in. I look outside and see a whole world better off without me in it, trying to transform it.
I do kind of like that.
Listen, I know this one's a contradiction because of how happy it sounds, but the lyrics are so down.
Man, you can't let anyone infer anything about this song. You just gotta spell it out for all the people listening. What the fuck is he talking about here?
Oh, don't you test me though. Just because I play the piano, it doesn't mean I'm not willing to take you down. I'm sorry.
I do really like that part. Yes. La di da. Oh, oh, oh. No, no, no. La di da. You could make any noise here and it would be the exact fucking same. I mean, that was Not Today. It wasn't. Oh. Hello, Simba. You want to listen to... Nope. Okay. I'm gonna give it the mambo. It's just inoffensive. Nothing too special. Again, just another song on the album. Get into the album's closer, Goner. And I do remember really liking this song. So, hopefully I still like it now.
I'm a goner. Somebody catch my breath. I wanna be known by you. I wanna be known by you.
This song just sounds really sweet. I really liked the weakness that he sounds in his voice and stuff. Like it doesn't sound like overly forced or anything. It sounds genuine, which is something that's very scarce on this album.
Got two faces. Blurry's the one I'm not. I've got two faces. Blurry's the one I'm not. I need your help to take him out. I need your help to take him out.
I'm guessing he's talking to God here, and I know the whole concept of the album is there's the whole Blurryface persona, which is his evil side or whatever, and in this song he's specifically saying that this is Tyler here talking and not Blurry, his emo persona.
Don't let me be!
Man, that is such an amazing closer for a boring album. Oh my god. I mean, the raw emotions in his vocals and stuff, it just sounds amazing. It's something that I've missed throughout almost this entire album. I mean, hell yeah, dude. Honestly, this is just such a highlight on the album. It's just disappointing. It has to be the last song on the album. What do I feel about Blurryface? I think it's aged like garbage, for one. It's their most accessible album, which makes sense why it's so popular. But as a fan of almost their entire discography, this is such a low and boring point. I feel like a lot of the people who are fans of 21 Pilots probably came in through Blurryface. Wonder how many of them actually stuck through to go and listen to like all their other albums and stuff. Like I wonder how many people just heard Blurryface and only have listened to Blurryface. Like I think a better name for this album is Boring Face. I gotta give it credit, while a lot of these songs do sound one note, there are some good moments within these, you know, boringer songs. So it's not like everything is terrible, it's just everything is so mediocre that anything that sounds remotely good is a highlight. And I can say that nothing on this album is as bad as some of the worst tracks on something like Regional at Best, where some of those bad songs were just genuine pieces of absolute trash. Here, at least, it's only bad because it's so boring. Well, Simba joined me for the rating. What do you think, Simba? What do you think of Blurryface? Thank you for your input, Simba. I don't know. I don't think I can give it as low of a score like I did on Regional at Best, but I think with all the minimum amount of highlights on this album and the plethora of mediocrity with some of its low points, oh, you want to go now, Simba? Like, just looking? What are you looking at? I mean, this album feels just like the most middle-of-the-road 5 out of 10 album, if there ever was one. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing. Go tell me how you felt about how I felt about this album in the comments. If there's any other artists you'd like to see me react to, also go leave a comment in the comment section below. And as always, I hope you have a good day, a good night, and hope to see you in the next one. See ya!